Hello? 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 Okay, I think it's working. Ah, yeah, maybe. Thank you. I think he gave me two.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get started now. We're doing this kind of jointly so that we can, one, record it and that everybody kind of get the same information and Deli doesn't have to do it 6 times. He's already done this presentation once with the young people, and now, y'all, I'm not saying anything about your demographic. I'm just guessing that the young people might have been already more familiar with some of this stuff than we are, if that's fair. And so he's going to talk to us some about phishing, about internet security. So let me open this with prayer, and then I'll turn this over to Deli. Heavenly Father, we thank you for your love and your goodness. We thank you for the blessings that you have given to us throughout 2023. We look forward to seeing what you have in store for us in the next year. We thank you for Deli and Lola and Matthew. We ask that you will bless them, and we thank you for bringing them into our church family. We ask that you will help us to follow, as some of us are a little bit tech impaired. Help us to understand this, and we thank you for the information. We pray these things in Jesus' name, amen. So I hope that you have met Deli. Deli and his lovely wife Lola are in the, and Matthew turned 3 years old yesterday. So we're very excited for them. I've gotten to meet her parents, and they are from Nigeria. They both work, their full-time jobs are, they work from home though, and do so a lot of internet stuff that they do. But I hope that you enjoy this, and we're very fortunate to have Deli with us. I'm going to pass these out, and so give Deli a round of applause.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. And Pastor, thanks for the introduction. So the idea of doing this presentation, I didn't just all of a sudden come up with it, but at least for some of us that know that I used to live in Florida. I lived in Florida for so many years. So there's a local church family that I used to worship there. They got attacked with this hacker, took over some of their group chat on WhatsApp, and some people fell victim, a lot of money. They had to send money and all of that stuff. So in a way, I felt bad, and I felt some kind of responsibility because I have this knowledge, but in a way, some of all these other people that are closer to me, they have no knowledge about this. So when that happened, at least I did my best to be able to help the few people that I was able to help. So it just stuck my mind is that, okay, if it happened there, it can happen anywhere. So then I discussed with the pastor, with Mr. Bard, that I would like to at least discuss with everyone as well, share some of this knowledge, because you can never just overlook it, that, oh, this cannot happen. This can happen to anyone. So this was where the idea came from. So in case anyone is wondering that, hey, how come he's up there? So this is what happened. So majorly, and the topic we're going to be talking about is fishing. Fishing, in a way, it's spelled with the P, starting with a P, but it's pronounced as the regular fishing if you go fishing outside. So, but this is PH, as you can see in there, PHISHING. And what is actually fishing itself? So it's just a way that people online try to trick users. And one of the most important part about phishing is usually a web link. Web link. Anytime you see anything phishing, it's linked with a web link, whereby they try to tell you, oh, click on this. Click here, click there, whatever. So majorly is a type of social engineering attack where an attacker tries to trick you into revealing sensitive information. So we're going to be delving into it, but major part that I want you to keep in mind is about a web link. When you just see random message from someone, even someone you know or someone you don't know, and you just see a web link, click on it, you want to be careful. You don't even want to touch that. So I'm going to delve in depth into it, but at least just to give you an idea of what we'll be talking about, it's majorly about phishing, and people trick you to get information from you, to get like your social security number, to get like your verification code, to get like your driver's license, just different information. So that's majorly what phishing is about. And the most common part of it, it's usually like your email. Everybody has email here. And I'm sure you've gotten something whereby someone tells you that, let's say, oh, you won 100,000. Then click on this link. And I know in a way we all want God to bless us. But sometimes you don't want to click that. You don't want this kind of a blessing. So it's important that if we are aware of all of these things, when we get something like that in our email, we don't even want to get into it. You don't even want, like, you want to be sure. So I'm going to delve in depth relating to email phishing. And the smishing, which is the second one, is typically the same, but it's just through a text message. So the SMS, because it's not only email. You get the link through the email. You can get it through the text message as well. Because I remember there was one time, long time ago, someone sent me a text message saying that, oh, I need to pick up a prescription at Walgreens. I don't have any prescription there. But if you look at the link, it looks exactly like Walgreens. But guess what? It was W-A and L. But if you know the L and capital I on our phone, it's the same. It looks the same. So, and if you just fall victim, like, oh, okay, because this is exactly Walgreens, let me click on it. You click on it, then you start downloading viruses. So you want to be sure, if you know you have nothing, like you don't have any prescription, you're not expecting anything, if you see a random link saying that you should click this, click that, don't even go into it. Be sure to probably maybe call Walgreens. Hey, did you send me a message, something like that? So to make sure that you get the clarification. And the next one is vision. Vision is the voice part. People call you, hey, I know you, we used to go to high school. They can even start mentioning names. My name is Carter. My name is this, blah, blah. Like, I don't remember. Oh, and before you know it, they start getting information from you. So what you want to do is, if you know, okay, this person just sounds suspicious. I don't know you. Don't even engage. Just end the call. Oh, I'm sorry. God be with you. Just end the call. Because sometimes, what we individuals, sometimes when we feel like, oh, you know what? Even for me, like, I can think that, oh, I can outsmart him. But these people, they are professionals. They know the triggering word. They know things that they can say. They've been studying online. You know, so they know stuff that they can say that will get you engaged, and before you know it, you start giving out information. So don't even engage them. Just end the call. So in social media, and this as well, it's not only the youth, though. When I was speaking with the youth, I emphasize a lot on that. But this goes for us as well. All of us have a Facebook account. We have a private Instagram. We have all of these things. We have WhatsApp. So this happens a lot in there. And the one that recently happened that I was mentioning about was one in Florida, whereby, like, someone on your contact was compromised. Then that person now sent a message to one of the person in the group. So it's like, God forbid, my account was compromised and I'm in a group with all of you. And I send a message to you that, hey, hello, I need help. And because you saw that, hey, Deli said that he needs help, sometimes you don't even want to verify. You just want to like, hey, what help do you need? You start communicating, and before you know, you get to a point whereby, hey, can you send me $300? And you're like, yeah, I know Deli, we used to go to church. You just send the money. And before you know it, Deli will be like, oh, I never sent any message to you. So it's always good, it's always important when stuff like this happens and you just see a random message, like a conversation that has never been like an ongoing conversation, and all of a sudden it's about, oh, I need money, try and make sure you call. So we delve in depth on that as well as we go along. So next slide. So phishing attack of any form are becoming more and more common and sophisticated. So here are the familiar examples of the phishing attack. So we'll go through some of them. So the verification code scam. This is usually the most recent and the most common ones that is going on now, and it usually happens for social media users. People tell you that, oh, let's say your phone number is, I don't know, your phone number ends with 9999, 615, 64, whatever, and 9999. And someone said that, oh, I mistakenly tried to get a code, and instead of putting in 9998, which is my number, I mistakenly put 9999. And there's a code that has been sent. Can you please give me that code? Because I mistakenly put in your number. Sounds very noble, like, oh, okay, it's no problem. I'll help you. Here's the code. Once you give them the code, they will take over your account. Whether it's WhatsApp, whether it's Instagram, and that's the end of it. So in that kind of situation, what the best response is that, hey, I'm sorry, just go ahead, do it again, put in the right number. That's it, and just end the call. So this is very common, and this is what happened with my friends in Florida. They were engaging with them, and the code was sent. They gave that person the code. They got their WhatsApp account hacked. And as soon as they got the WhatsApp account hacked, they had all the contact of people they were in the group with on WhatsApp in the church, and they were able to start sending messages, start asking, soliciting money. And a lot of people fall victim, and they were able to get along. So it's important when you get a call, someone saying that, oh, I need a code, don't even engage. Just end the call. God be with you. I don't have anything to do with you. Bam, and just end the call. So the next one is a link scam. And this usually as well with social media, and even sometimes as well with the email. Like all of a sudden, me and Pastor David, we still spoke yesterday. And all of a sudden, I got a text message from Pastor David with a link. I'm not going to just click on it. I have to call Pastor David. Hey, Pastor, I just saw a link you sent to me. What's going on? Is everything okay? But most time people don't do that. Because the person is someone they know that is on their contact, is their friend. Oh, it's Mr. Carter or Mr. John that sent it to me. Let me just click on it. And once you click on it, you have a virus. You download. There's a lot of things that will happen. So just be very careful. When you see some kind of a messages that doesn't look normal to you. And even if it's from a person that you know, it doesn't mean that you're being rude to them. Just try and call them. Hey, I just saw this that you sent me. Most of the time they will tell you that, oh, I never sent anything to you. And in that kind of situation, it means that their account has been compromised. So they need to probably find a way to actually get that taken care of. Probably maybe call their provider. Maybe like if it's a Facebook thing, they call Facebook or reach out to WhatsApp. Or if it's an email thing as well, they can reach out to the provider for the email. Lottery scam. Same thing as well. Oh, you won 1 million. We all want money. We all want blessings from God. But sometimes in a way, you have to be very careful. And again, lottery is not even good as well. But if you didn't play any lottery, how do you expect all of a sudden someone will tell you that you won? So those are the things as well. But again, I know sometimes we'll feel like, oh, it's a blessing from God. Oh, I got this email. I need to do this. But when you see something that is just too good to be true, just stay away from it. Because when you get that email lottery scam, you want 500,000, you want 1 million, click on this. And once you click on it, either you download the virus or you click on it, it takes you to another page. They start asking for sensitive information, your social security, where you live, your date of birth. And those are the information they will use. They'll probably use your information to go open like a credit, to go take a loan out, open a credit card, do all of those things, and which are bad. So when you see something, lottery that says that you win, just stay away from it. Don't even click on it, just click delete, and that's the end. Your blessing will not come as a trick. God is not our God is not tricky. So God is not going to trick you. God is not like, hey, gotcha. No, God is not trying to do that. So just stay away from it. So the next one is a shipping scam as well. Like you were like, oh, like during this holiday, a lot of people shopping, and you get an email, oh, there's a Amazon or whatever, I don't know, FedEx package coming. I know maybe probably like, oh, maybe someone, my relative in another state sending me stuff, but you want to be sure of that email. Oh, there's a package. They tell you click on. Most of the time, if there's a package, what you see there, you have a tracking number. Copy the tracking number. Don't click on anything. If there's a link in there that tells you should click on it, don't even dare click on it. If there's a tracking number, write the tracking number down. Go to the actual website or FedEx or UPS, whatever. Put the tracking number there and search and see if it's valid. But don't click on any link. And these are things that they try to do to get people to click on the link. And like I said when I started, phishing is all about web link. They just want to make you click something. Once you click it, that's the end. You download stuff. It has brought down a lot of corporations, a lot of big organizations in the United States. So we just want to be careful. Because if we are not aware of this, if we just think it's that, oh, it's just a typical click. It's just a typical web link. Let me just click and I'll close it again. No. Don't even engage. Don't even click on it at all. And the next one is the bank notification scam as well. Like I'm sure every one of you know that the banks always tell you that they will never send you an email telling you to change your password through an email. They will never send you an email that, hey, check. No. And most of the time, the bank notification scam you get is about, oh, your account has been compromised. Click here to change your password. Don't even go there. Because when you click there, you put in there to change your password. You put in your username. They will ask you your old password. You put it in there, you put in the new password. Now they know what your username and your password is. They will use that to go log into your actual account to actually get in there and get money out. So the link again, don't click on any link. Bank notification is scary. Go ahead, call your bank. Hey, I got this email. What's going on with my account? They will give you details. But don't click any link. Same thing with the government notification scan. Oh, you owe IRS money. You're going to jail. It's scary. Oh, what's going to happen? Let me click here. Before you start clicking and clicking, it ends up like, hey, you got to pay money. So just don't click any link. Same thing with Dropbox as well. Oh, there's stuff that you need to put in here. You need to add this file, whatever. Just don't engage in any web link of any kind. If you are so curious that, okay, this could be true, give whoever is the sender, the bank, the government, IRS has a contact number. Call them. I got this. Can you verify that this is true from you? And they will let you know. So next slide. I don't know if anyone has a question. I don't want to keep going. There's a question. Please let me know. Yes, sir.
If we get a link like that or an email like that, is there a way for us to just delete it without activating it?
Yes. So if you get an email like that, for like most of us, for some of us, or maybe they have been in corporate world before, whatever, there's usually a button that you just say phishing. So for the public email addresses, for email addresses, I think when you get a message like that, you can either click delete or you click spam. But I think the spam part of it is that when you click on it, it goes into like your spam folder. So it's just better to just click delete. And once you click delete, you don't click on any of the messages. Just click delete wherever the button for deleting, and that's it. Yes, sir.
So sometimes people will, like with Facebook, somebody I guess will ghost your account.
Yes.
Why don't you do that? Because I don't really know what to do.
Yes. So we will get into that. I will get into that, like what we should do when the account has been compromised, because that is true. If someone on your contact, your friends on Facebook, the account has been compromised, they will keep reaching out to you, start acting like your friend, but they're not really your friend. It's someone that has already taken over the account, trying to solicit and trying to get money. So how do we recognize and protect ourselves or yourself from this type of phishing attack? So first thing, you take a deep breath. Yep. Most of the time, the attacker guess what? It's always right away. Like, the way you're going to know, these are one of the ways that you're going to know that, oh, you know what? Doesn't look legitimate. Like when someone sends you a message and their response and what they want is like, do it right away. No. If you're trying to get something from me, it's not going to be right away. You got to cool down. But if they're not cooling down, they just want to just back up. Back off completely. Because they want it right away. It's always something about urgency. Like, oh, you have to do it now. If you don't do it now, FBI is going to come. If you don't do it now, you're going to be in jail. If you don't do it now, I don't know, someone that is in the hospital, they just make up scenario. They're going to die. Something bad or something this is going to happen. So when you get into a situation whereby it's about being in a hurry, get this done right away, you want to back out and you want to be sure. Like the situation that I was talking about in Florida. So the account got compromised. They start reaching out. Hey, I need help. I need this. I need that. So someone responded. Okay, what help do you need? Oh, I need this money, this money, that. I need it done right away now. But the person made a mistake of just calling. Hey, were you sending me a message? Did you say you need 300? You need 200,000? Do you need this? Do you need that? But they didn't do that. They just sent the money right away because the person was telling them I need it urgently. So when it's about urgency, like, oh, your account has been compromised. Oh, this thing has happened. Oh, this is going to happen to you, which is scary. Our human dopamine try to kick in is that, you know what, I need to respond right away. But that's when you want to back out, and you want to be sure first before you do anything. Make sure you call, do a little verification and all of that. So you want to take a deep breath, be deep breath before doing anything. Anyone that needs money, they can always take a call. Can always call them, can always make sure, no matter what, always try and talk to the person on the phone to be sure that they are the one that is requesting for the money. And most of the time when the account is compromised like that and they're asking for money, you try to call them, guess what? They're not going to answer the phone. They will tell you that, oh, I'm in a meeting now. I cannot talk. Just send me the money. So those are things for you to know already that this doesn't look right. And you want to stay completely away from it. So the next one. And educating ourselves, which is what we're doing now. Because once we educate ourselves, we know about all of these things. Guess what? Again, we're not perfect, but at least there is a 60 to 70% chance we're not going to be the victim because we're already aware. We're talking about it now. That, okay, right, these are the things I should be looking out for. When it's a link, I want to back out. When it's about do it right away, I want to back out. So those are the things. And people out there don't even know this. So the advantage we have here is that we educate ourselves. We talk to our friends and family as well, outside there as well, about this, so that everybody is aware, so that this 2024 that we're going into, we don't fall victim of all of this. Because, to be honest, a lot of people are victim of this, but people just don't say it out. Like, what happened to my friends and family in Florida, like, when it happened and I started trying to see what I can do to help, a lot of them start giving me information, oh, it happened to me, I don't know, 6 months ago. And I'm like, a lot of these things are going on, but people are not just saying it out. So this is the way that we can help ourselves and help others, help our families as well, so that no one fall victim for all of these things. Next one. And also, we just want to be careful for unsolicited messages. Messages that you're not thinking of that will come. Like I was saying, me and Pastor talked yesterday, talked in general about things, about this presentation. And all of a sudden this morning, Pastor, just as an example, Pastor sent me just a message with a link. I'm like, this wasn't a conversation that we had yesterday. It's not really linking up with, it's not associated with anything that we discussed yesterday. In that kind of a situation, you don't want to click on it. Even though you love your pastor, I love Pastor David, I want to make sure that, okay, this is what he's sending me. He's sending to me. Let me check on what's going on. But I want to be sure of what he's sending because it doesn't correlate with our last conversation. And same thing can happen to you as well with any of your friends, with your kids, with your family, anyone. Like all of a sudden, a web link from nowhere. You don't want to click on it. It doesn't mean you're rude. It doesn't mean that, oh, you're being mean. Just be sure. Call them. Hey, I see that you sent this message to me. What's going on? That will give a lot more understanding. And most of the time, they will tell you that, oh, I didn't send that to you. That means their account has been compromised, and they will have to go take care of that. The next one. And verify a sender before clicking it, which is what we've been talking about. Verify. Don't just click on anything. Don't just, oh, I know this person. It's been my friend since my childhood, whatever. Don't click on it. Don't fall for the okie doke, or what they always call it. Yeah. So then the next one, don't share personal information. Yes. And that's another thing as well. Like Facebook, I don't know, I think maybe Facebook already changed that now. A couple of years back, there's a feature on Facebook whereby wherever you go to, if you go to a restaurant to go eat, without you even doing it, it sends a notification out that, oh, Pastor David was at this restaurant. Oh, it was. So it's like there's some information that are being shared on social media that attackers, they're just gathering those information, put everything together, paint a scenario, so that when they reach out to you and start talking to you, you will feel like this is actually your legitimate friend. Oh, we used to go to school together. I was this, because they saw everything you've posted on social media. So I always advise, I know this might apply to the youth a lot, but at the same time, it applies to everyone. Don't share personal information on social media. Just chat, talk to people, and that's it. Yes, ma'am.
I got one just now.
Wow.
I have an Amazon delivery that can't be scanned.
Exactly. You see?
Yep, not.
Yeah. Exactly. If someone send you a message that, oh, you have an Amazon delivery, you can just go to your Amazon account, open it up, and check the order status. Hey, is there anything that will be delivered? There's nothing. Just delete the email. There's nothing. If someone is trying to send you something, at least, even if it's a surprise, just wait until it comes. You don't need to try to click on the link to do whatever. Just, if you're not trying to receive anything, just delete. Don't click on any link. All right, so, yes. So, this part as well is important, which is enabling two-factor authentication. And I don't know if has anyone heard of anything like that? Yes. So meaning that, yes, signing in with your username, your password, yes, that's one factor. But you need another factor, like another device, to actually confirm and make sure that, okay, all right, you are actually the person you say that you are. Then let me sign you in. So what that means is that when an hacker hack into your account and they just got your username and password, they won't be able to log in because they don't have the third factor. I mean, not the third factor, the second factor. So it's important to enable this. So you can enable it with your phone. You can enable it with your, I don't know, like your facial recognition, your hand, your thumbprint. But it's always good to have a two-factor. Even in some cases, some people have three factors, whereby you put in your username and password, you click approve on your phone, and you still have to scan your face to be able to actually allow you to log in. So it's always good to enable that. You can enable that on anything that you do on the internet nowadays. Your bank account, your email, get that enabled so that you are protected. And you know for sure no one, because you've enabled your face, no one is going to actually try to, I don't know, I haven't seen the technology whereby people will be able to actually try to mirror your face, because yes, they can try to do a CGI, but there's a technology that actually reads your iris and all of that stuff. So they won't be able to actually try and duplicate your face. It's the same thing about the thumbprint as well. No one can duplicate your thumbprint. So that's the reason why all of these things are important. If you enable two-factor authentication, it helps. The next one. So keep your email, yes. And this is always important as well. I know sometimes people say that if you do an update on your phone, it slows down your phone. But it's important to do updates, like iOS updates, because what happens is that most of all these phone providers and these phone companies, they are on the internet scanning for bad actors. You know, like there are some people, that's their job, is to actually study the behaviors of these actors. So when they know the way they operate, okay, this is what they do, this is what they do, or maybe there was an incident maybe in another country and they studied the way they were able to operate and actually got in. So what they would do is that they would develop an update to actually make sure that their device is secure so that what happened with those other people doesn't happen with their own device in their company. So anytime there's an iOS update, there's an Android update, or there's an update of any of the apps that you're using, try and make sure that you do those updates. Next. So now, what to do if you think you have been phished or compromised? This goes back to the question, Dr. Parker. So if you think you've been phished, it's important to act quickly. Here are some of the steps you should take. Password. Go ahead and just change your password right away. If you notice that, okay, all right, this doesn't look right, it seems to have been compromised, whatever, go ahead, get your password changed. It could be for your email, it could be for your social media. Go ahead and change the password right away. Next one. And the factor as well, if the two-factor authentication hasn't been enabled yet, and you notice that you've been compromised, then you want to go ahead and enable the two-factor authentication. Get that enabled because if the attacker got access by only the username and password, and hopefully they haven't changed your password by that time, then that way you can enable the two-factor authentication. Next one. The bank and financial institution now, when you notice that, okay, all right, I've been able to notice that some money were taken out of my account, or maybe I've been able to click on this link and I put in my information and I'm not supposed to do that. Call the bank right away. Or you lost your debit card or whatever it is, call the bank right away. Hey, this has happened. They can put a freeze on your account right away there so that nothing bad really happens or nobody doesn't take your money and all that. And the next one. Now, this is the part of what Dr. Parker was asking. So in a situation whereby someone on your contact or on your friends list on Facebook, they've been compromised, and they keep sending, because again, they've been compromised, you can't really do nothing. They will keep sending you, they will keep sending messages to you, but you know that it's not them. In that kind of situation, what they have to do is that person themselves, they need to reach out to the social media company. Like WhatsApp now, like almost every of them has a contact. They have a way whereby you can submit a request. They have a phone number. So you will call them and let them know is that, hey, my account has been hacked. And the important part of what you're trying to do when you call isn't really about, because they have a process and a procedure they have to follow as well. Because it could easily be that maybe you're not even the rightful owner. So what you will let them know is that this is your account and it's been compromised. Someone else is actually operating the account. So you want to inform them to actually put on hold or a freeze on that account. So if they put a hold or a freeze on that account, that person will not be able to send messages. Nobody will be able to use that account. Then you can follow their process of maybe verifying that you are actually the person. So that way they will start, if you have your phone number on file, they'll probably send you some code. They'll probably ask you some information. Anyway, and once you're able to verify that you are the owner of the account, then the account will be given back to you. But it's important, because I see this a lot, is that sometimes accounts get compromised, but people don't know what to do. So, and thank God for America. I think this is one of the rules in a way, because there's a body that governs this. Like, there's really no organization in America that doesn't have a contact, and doesn't have a way that you can actually reach them. Because this is actually one of the things back in the day, like, if you're trying to buy something or you're trying to transact business with any website online, if they don't have a contact number, don't even go there. So it's like, this is like back then that I used to even use it. Even then there wasn't no fraud. There were fraud then, but it wasn't really as common as it is now. So anytime you fall into victim like this, try and ensure that you reach. There's a contact for every social media, every email. Though you might think that, oh, it's a free email, they're not going to do anything for me. No, they are responsible, because you have your information with them, and they are obligated to actually take care of your information and make sure that nothing bad happens to your information. So reach out to them, get their contact, Google whatever their contact is, reach out to them. This has happened, so that they can go ahead and put a freeze or whatever they need to do to ensure that your account is restored back. Any questions? We almost okay. I think we've overspent our time now. So just an additional tip. So be careful about what information you share on social media. We'll talk about that. Avoid sharing personal information, such as your full name, address, and phone number. Be careful about what you add. Be careful about who you add to your social media contact. I think this part is important too. Is that sometimes you just randomly see an ad request. Like, if you don't know the person, there's no need to actually accept the request. Don't even, I know sometimes, okay, maybe if you're doing business online, yes, you want to be able to sell to public. And in that situation, you know that it's business. You're not sharing any information. But for your personal social media account, if someone sends you a request and you don't know the person, you don't need to accept the request. Because if you accept the request, they have access to all your, your tweets, your status, everything you've shared, all your life. Because on social media, you can go far back as, God knows, 10 years back to see what you tweeted. So if someone sends you a request and you don't know the person, you don't need to accept it. Be careful about what groups as well you join on social media. Avoid joining groups that you're not familiar with. And that's it as well. Sometimes people just randomly put you in a group and there's just a lot of messages going on. Like, even sometimes for me as well, like even my primary school, well, we call it primary school, it's like elementary school back in Nigeria. There was a group, I was part of it, but when a lot of things they were talking about just doesn't make sense, I took myself out of the group. So it's important if someone is trying to put you in a group and you have no idea and you just feel like maybe this doesn't, just take yourself out. You're saving yourself from, a lot of issues that can happen in the future. So this should help in being vigilant, cautious about any phishing attack in general when using the internet. So that's it. Oh, I'm sorry. Does anyone have a question?
I love you, Dylan. May I add one thing?
Yes.
He is so knowledgeable and he is on top of his game. Listen to everything he says. He is genius. But one thing you guys got to know who don't use social media and who are old school and talk on the phone. There's new technology now. Do not answer your phone and say anything. If it's not someone you don't know, they are recording your voice.
Yep.
They can use your voice to reply to, can I open an account in your name? A simple yes, and they've got your voice.
Yep,
AI will record your voice, manipulate it into statements agreeing to things you never even heard of. So don't even speak. Don't try to reason. When they call and say, I'm not interested. Nothing. They will use that sentence, I'm not interested. AI will take your voice and rearrange it to yes. Take that account, I will take that account. So please don't say anything.
Yes.
I had a Facebook hack. It was hacked by Facebook. I don't know how many different people reported it, including myself. It's still up and going. It's selling Bitcoin by the ton.
And Dalton told me, shared a story with me like that too, like someone that he knew had that kind of situation. I think you just have to reach out to Facebook.
I did.
Did you submit a request?
Still on, I just did it again. It doesn't.
They don't do anything.
All right, I'll discuss with you after service. We'll talk about it. Any other questions? All right, no problem. Yeah.